Hi, good morning. I'm Pam Fox. Thanks for watching my channel. This is my daughter, Ellie.
Hello.
Ellie's home from university where she goes to college. She's vegan too. And we're going to do a mukbang this morning with my favorite breakfast. What's your favorite breakfast?
I don't know. I've been doing a lot of overnight oats. I don't really have a favorite, I guess.
Overnight oats?
Yeah.
Okay. And we're going to juice too.
Okay, sweet. Just make sure you stand behind it.
Oh. All right. So Ellie and I like to eat in big bowls. And this morning we're going to start with nectarines. And we're going to chat. This is different. So, Ellie. I'm just chopping these up into her bowl. And I'm going to put I've already cooked the oats and we're just going to put them right on top.
Good at that.
These are nice and ripe. They're sweet. Most of them are. So tell us how long you've been vegan.
I've been vegan, I think, a year and a half, maybe.
That sounds about right.
So it was after I got back from Europe.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, I became vegan in July, and then she went off to travel the world, and then she came back like in January or something like that.
yeah, February.
Yeah.
February. So
And
it's
then-
been about a year and a half. Yeah.
And then you became vegan.
Yeah.
Can you tell us, like, on my channel I talk a lot about, that's yours. I talk a lot
Give me all
about,
the nectarines. I'll take them all.
I talk a lot about healing, but you're young and pretty healthy. Have you noticed anything, good that's happened in your physical, mental, emotional, anything like that? Anything that you've noticed about your health that's improved?
I think the biggest thing that I've noticed is I don't get bloated anymore. Like I remember back when I was in high school, especially because we would have milk every day for lunch because it was standard. It's got hot lunch. After lunch, I'd always be super duper bloated and uncomfortable for the rest of the day. I just wanted to go home because I felt like my stomach was going to explode out of me. That doesn't happen anymore. I can't remember the last time I got bloated.
I didn't know that. I didn't know you got bloated.
No, it was really bad. It was uncomfortable.
Interesting.
And that's gone away. I do still get heartburn sometimes, but that's more of an acidic thing, so I think it's probably just me eating too many tomatoes and oranges.
I didn't know that either. How often do you get heartburn?
Not that often. Sometimes,
Rarely?
Sometimes I'll eat a dish. I don't even know what it is that causes it. Like maybe something that's too spicy.
Yeah.
And then I'll just get heartburn from you, like just kind of off and on for a day or two. But I'll do the thing where you push your stomach down that you showed me, and that usually helps a lot.
Really? Okay, cool.
Yeah. So it's probably just a hiatal hernia thing.
Probably. I think both of my kids have hiatal hernia, and I think both my parents. Well, I know my mom does. She was diagnosed with one, so.
That's what hurts. Let's see what
They're
else.
very common.
As long as I get all my breakfast and food in, I have a lot of energy. Just have to actually make sure that I'm eating all my food.
Gotta show them the food.
Oh, here.
So there's 2 nectarines in there. There's a towel if you need it. I need it. Mine has a pomegranate
That's
on it.
new? Oh, that's cute.
Those are new. And yours has an artichoke, I think. Okay, so also we have some fresh, these are frozen blueberries. They're not fresh, but I picked them from a local U-Pick blueberry farm. You want some blueberries?
I would love some blueberries.
So these are frozen, but we're going to put the hot oats right on top. So, would you like raisins?
Sure, but not too many.
I'm going to do like a palmful. Is that what you want?
Yeah, that's fine.
These are really good raisins. And now for the oats. Now when I eat oats on my mukbangs, I use wooden spoons because the scraping is so loud. So I brought a regular spoon if you want to use it, but if you want to try a wooden spoon, I have those as well.
I guess I'll try it in the spirit of the.
That's my girl. I'm burning my legs. Alright, so here we have, these are Bob's Steel Cut oats. They're the quick cooking oats, which means they've just been chopped up a little bit. And then I further chopped them up into a flour. And I've got a combination of the regular oats and the flour, so it's more like a porridge. And then I've added about half a cup of ground flaxseed in here as well. You ready for this?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm just dumping this right on top. And I don't know that Ellie is going to be able to eat this much food. We'll see. I'm not sure if she eats the same quantities as I do.
I'm not much of a breakfast person, but
Yeah.
I do eat gratuitous quantities of food.
Yeah. Oh, Dwayne's home. Are you hungry, honey?
I'm good right now.
We're doing a mukbang.
Okay.
There's leftovers.
Hmm?
There's leftovers.
No, I'm good.
Got oatmeal in the wrong end of my spoon. Okay. Would you like any milk? With coconut
yes.
or almond?
I'll take the almond. Is it safe?
Yep, it's good.
I'm having a problem with soy milk going bad on me.
Oh.
I don't know if it's the kind I'm using or if I'm just leaving it too long and forgetting about it or what. But
Yeah, that happens.
I need to start writing dates on them.
Are you used to eating your food in your lap?
Yeah. That's primarily where I eat all my food is in my lap.
All right. I didn't really, when I made this morning, I just made extra, like I doubled it. This just seems like maybe a little bit more than usual. So if you can't eat it all, that's okay. But isn't that beautiful? If you want sugar, I didn't bring any, you can go grab some.
Could use some salt actually.
Can you get out?
Yeah, got it.
I added a little bit more of the oats to that than usual. Usually it's creamier than that, but it was good. But I wanted you to see how it was, what the porridge was like.
It's got good consistency.
Yeah.
Where's your salt at? Oh.
How was work, honey?
I got the trays made. So, it was a good day. Check out there.
Salt, huh? Interesting.
I like a little bit of salt in my oatmeal. Haven't been able to lately though because I bought garlic salt, and garlic salt is not good in oatmeal, as I discovered.
Well, you never know until you try. Did you try?
I did. Gotta work with what you got, Mom. You live in the college life.
That's true. So speaking of college life, by the way, on the mukbang, you're allowed to talk with food in your mouth.
Okay. Do that anyway, so probably fine.
So tell us, you cook all your own food in college.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna cat.
Oh,
Every time I shoot a mukbang, he sits there and stares at me.
he wants your food. It's like you're taunting me. I saw a little cat out in the front, and it was rubbing against my leg, and so I pet it. And it followed me up to the house and just sat on the porch and meowed at me. And wanted
Oh, out
inside.
here, was it gray?
It looked black, but it was dark. I couldn't tell.
That red house across the street has the world's friendliest cat. When Wayne and I go for walks, it just follows us. We have to like tell it to go home. Throw rocks at it. No, we don't throw rocks at it.
I felt so bad. I wanted in the house so bad. I tried to sneak in. I was like, I'm sorry, we can't let you in the house. It's just not. But someday when I have my own house, if I ever meet a stray cat, I'll just let it inside. I'll let all the animals in my house. It'll be awful, but it'll be great.
Well, I was going to talk about college, but that brings another question to mind. When you became vegan, was it primarily for health reasons, ethical reasons, a combination?
I did it for you. I initially became vegan, one because I lived here and that was the food that was available, but also because I wanted to support you and what you were doing. I thought it was important.
Aww.
I don't know if you knew that. Like a straight from the gutter. That's cute.
Oh, too bad I can't. You know that thing where you can do front and back? Do you remember how to do that? Ellie's showing me how to use my camera. It was that mode. But it's not there. The mode button's not there.
I don't want to mess with it. Can I pause it?
Resume.
Couldn't figure it out.
Never mind. Okay. So you did it for me. Wow, that's I didn't know that.
But
No, it had to have been more than just that, though.
well, I mean, I agree with what you were saying. I was curious. Lived here, so it was the food that was available. I wanted to support you.
Mm-hmm.
And I also wanted to see what would happen if I did it. Just to see what would happen.
Okay. So then you went off to college. You could have done anything. You continued with the veganism.
Yeah, because, well, at that point, before I went to college, I think I'd already been vegan for almost a year.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like stopping because I don't know, I feel lighter, I guess.
Yeah.
And as I did more research into it, I started to discover more reasons why I thought it was good to do. I took a global studies class my first term at college, and that was what really cemented it for me because we learned a lot about agriculture. And it was an amazing class. I highly recommend global studies. It's a really good class.
Plug for global studies.
But it actually inspired me to do an international studies minor, which I have been slowly working on with my computer science major. But I just started learning about all these, I don't know, just really intensely positive aspects of why not eating basically mass-produced farm animal products, why not eating those is a huge benefit to the planet and basically our continued existence, because it's not a sustainable method of existing at all, and we literally we just can't fit that many cows on the planet, and
We can't continue at the rate that we're going.
it's just literally impossible.
Impossible.
It's literally impossible. Like, we literally can't do it with the amount of people we have. And the amount of resources going to the farmed animals is, like, we could literally solve starvation right now on the planet, worldwide scale. It's just, there's a lot. I wrote like a 20-page research
Instead
paper
of
on
planting plants to feed the livestock.
yeah, and all the
Feed the people.
all the food that's going to the livestock, like all the grain and stuff.
Yeah.
It's a lot. I'm not going to go into it because, again, I wrote a 20-page research paper on it. I'm not going to go through the whole thing.
I
But
missed a nectarine.
do it. But essentially, I don't know. We've talked about this before, where when you do something that you know is good for you, and you know is good for the planet, and you just know is a good, positive thing, you feel like there's almost like a level of guilt that's gone away that you didn't even know was there. I just feel almost like a freer person. Like, even though I suppose there's restrictions on what I can eat, I don't feel that way. I feel like I can eat all the things that I want to eat. If somebody's like, oh, you can't have cookies, I can have cookies. I can have as many cookies as I want. I feel bad about it. I'll eat a whole bag of cookies. Like, I literally, like, my friend and I, we made like a huge thing of brownies, and then made a zucchini bread, and then made like a cake or something last week, and I ate all of it, and I was like, it's fine.
It was all vegan.
Yeah, it was all vegan. She's not vegan, but she also has a lot of things she can't eat, so we accommodate each other. But no, I just feel freer as a person because of it, because I'm doing things that I know are good.
Awesome.
So
Cool.
So I wouldn't stop. People a lot of times are like, oh, you could, it's okay if you cheat every now and then. I don't consider it cheating because I'm doing something that I enjoy and that I want to do. To me, doing something else would be something I don't want to do. So I don't consider it to be a burden or anything like that. I really enjoy it. And I have a lot of fun making food.
What kind of things do you make?
The thing that I'm like eating, just sitting here talking.
Like, what's one of your favorite go-to meals?
My go-to meal is generally curry. Super easy to make. I can make enough to last me like 4 days in one dish. For dinner, so a lot of times I'll make one big thing and then I'll eat it for dinner, and then I'll get up in the morning and not have made breakfast, and I'll just eat that for breakfast, and then I'll eat it for lunch when I get home.
Do you get tired of it?
I don't. I'm not the sort of person that gets tired of food.
Yeah, a lot of people they think, oh, I couldn't do that. I was telling my sister the other day that that's what she does, and she kind of was like, oh, like the idea of eating leftovers over and over for a couple of days.
I have no problem with that.
Yeah,
But a lot of times I won't eat it straight. I'll eat it for dinner one night, and then I'll make overnight oats. In the morning I'll have that. And then for lunch, I'll have a sandwich or something. And then dinner comes around, I'm like, oh yeah, I got my curry again.
Yay! Look forward to it.
Yeah, it's exciting. I'm like, oh, I love that.
I do that too. I'm like, oh my gosh, there's that leftover spaghetti at home in the refrigerator. I'll just like think about it all day. Can't wait.
It was delicious. I love the food that I make.
Yeah, why wouldn't you look forward to it? It's delicious.
And I absolutely love curry. I make that a lot because I buy a lot of sweet potatoes and I have like frozen veggies, and rice is super easy and cheap. And I have a rice cooker, little one. I also make a lot of pasta. I'll make curry pasta because I really love like experimenting with curry sauces.
I had that.
Yeah, Trader Joe's has a lot of really great simmer sauces that I'll go and test
But
out.
curry sauce on your pasta.
Yeah, because I mean rice is and they're both just like carb based
Yeah.
stuff.
It's like mixing Italian and Indian.
I do a lot of taco salad.
Almost done.
Almost done. Sorry, I'm talking too much. I'm going to eat more.
Taco salad.
Yeah. I'll do like burritos and stuff. Not burritos as often because I don't like to buy tortillas because they go bad.
Yeah.
I don't like to buy things that go bad easily without being frozen.
Go ahead and eat. Up next, I'm going to do a juice. I've already juiced some kale from my mother-in-law's garden. It's not very much, but ooh, I smell.
It's intense.
It's intense. So we're gonna do. I'm just gonna do a little juice here. My mother-in-law's garden is amazing, and I went and raided it. So I've got some beans here, some carrots. And that one. This was one of those that there was two twisted around each other, like they were holding each other. It was so cute. And I've already cut up a beet, and every day I've been juicing, just doing a little bit of beet in there. And then I've got a bunch of apples here from my sister's tree. I'm gonna do this. All right, here we go.
It's gonna be loud.
It's gonna be loud. You can eat, and I'll do this. Oh, I gotta plug it in. Can you reach that?
Where's that?
All right. I get you.
No, but you got the floor.
There's enough kale in there anyway. Okay, bingo, the green beans. Today's juiced green beans. Look at these hanging on. I'm holding on to the collector receptacle and juicing it. Bean juice. Not with one hand, but yeah, I've been doing this every day this week. Now I'm doing carrots. It's a rainbow juice. It really is. It, like if you let it sit, it separates. You have like these layers of red and orange. Oh, it's stuck. Beet.
Oh, okay. I thought you were just like putting it in there. I was like, oh.
It's pointed right at you. Alright. Okay.
Smells like a garden.
These apples are great because they're small, which means you just wrap them in a hole. I'm using the Jack LaLanne Power Juicer. Kitty.
This one Megan's pink applesauce.
Yeah, that's what she makes it from these apples. Couple.
I don't know about
You're not cold. What?
the oatmeal got cold.
Oh. Is it good?
Don't you?
Yeah. Okay. And I wanted to use up leftover apples. Yesterday I was making juice and I forgot to put the
I know.
bucket
You
on
do
it.
it a lot.
I've done it many times.
It's always the worst because it just
The
like,
catcher in the back
explodes.
just shoots stuff out the back. Kale everywhere. All right, let's just get this out of the way. Canning jars. It's ugly. It's brown.
This one? That's what
I
it is.
just was trying to start. Make sure we both get equal vitamins there.
Uh-oh.
You want a straw?
Sure. Put a little bit in there.
All right. I'll tell you, that was a lot of oatmeal. I'm full. I'm gonna finish this though. We have a big day today.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you think is the hardest thing about being vegan? Like, what are there any challenges for you, or what's the hardest part?
Probably, this isn't really a super struggle for me, but I oftentimes, like, it takes a lot to make the food. Like, not really, doesn't take a lot, but I have to make myself go do it. I'm a lazy person. I'm also very busy with schoolwork sometimes.
I hope
As
so.
opposed to being lazy. And I won't always feel like I have time to make my food. So a lot of times I will not go and prepare like a big meal. I'll just go like eat something small, like a PB&J sandwich,
We do that.
for dinner instead. So I guess for me it's just like going to make the food sometimes, but not always. In fact, a lot of times I really look forward to making it. It just depends on where my brain is at, like the mood that I'm in. Some days I'm super tired, I don't want to go make a huge meal. And a lot of times for that, I'll keep, like, Trader Joe's has a lot of vegan stuff in their freezer aisle. I'll just go get, like, a vegan frozen dinner. It's not as delicious as what I usually make, in regards...
Or as big a portion, probably.
Yeah, in regards to the fact that it's a frozen dinner, and those just usually aren't very good. But they're not bad. I mean, I'll still eat it. It's still a meal. So that's like the most important part to me is getting my food in.
Do you ever do no? Do you ever do toast with avocado on it?
I don't.
It's
That
good.
sounds like it'd be good, but avocados are expensive. I don't know if I would want to use them on toast.
Yeah. Well, sometimes they're cheap if they're trying to get rid of them, you know.
The other thing that I make a lot is salsa. I make so much salsa, and it's amazing. Like, I'll do that cowboy caviar stuff, where you get the beans with the avocado and the tomato.
Did you put corn in it?
Corn, cilantro, a lime.
Put jalapeno?
No, I don't buy jalapenos usually. I don't buy things. I usually just buy the basics. Because again, I don't have a ton of money to spend. I spend about $60 a month on food for myself. And I eat great. I eat a lot. One of my favorite things about being vegan is I can eat as much as I want. Before I was vegan, I would feel sick if I ate too much. Doesn't matter how much I eat. If I get full, if I overeat, in like 10 minutes I'm fine. It doesn't even hurt anymore. Whereas before I would eat something and I would just lay on the ground in agony
Pass out.
for hours. Why did I eat that much?
You know, that's interesting to hear her say that because I don't remember experiencing that at your age. Are more and more young people experiencing that on the standard American diet, just eating a lot of bad foods? Or do you have a recollection of your friends?
Yeah, well, when Tess and I would have sleepovers and we'd make the weird food that we would make.
Like a whole bowl of cake batter?
She's my best friend. We have a lot of strange cooking adventures. It's been more interesting now that I'm vegan, trying to find things we can both. I don't know. It's weird. But we would make a huge meal. Like, say we'd have a giant thing of Tostitos pizza rolls and eat like 80 pizza rolls. And then afterwards we'd go have cheesecake, and we'd go roll into the living room, and just lay on the ground and be like, why did we do this? And we go to Grandma's house, and we'd, like, I don't know, even when we made the pasta salad and stuff, we'd put mayonnaise and there'd be a lot of fish in it, and then afterwards we'd always eat a ton, because whenever we always make a ridiculous amount of pasta salad, we always make pasta salad. It's a weird thing that we do. And we just, like, lay on the ground and hate ourselves.
You know, I was watching, I can't remember her name. Ellie was just pointing out to me yesterday that when I talk about people or post recipes or things on my channel, I'm supposed to give people credit for, which I haven't been doing, so I need to be better at that. But who was I watching? It was somebody random. I don't even know. It wasn't somebody that I follow, but it was a vegan, and she was doing a mukbang, and she was just eating mangoes for breakfast, and she was just like, she was dripping, and she's just slurping, and I was just like, oh, that looks so good, because I love mangoes. But she said something that so clicked with me, and that was like, she's quite a bit younger than me, and she was saying how she used to starve herself, and then she'd be so hungry she would just binge and eat everything in sight and feel awful. And she's just so glad that's not a part of her life anymore. And then she said, what she said next I really related to. She said, now I just binge at every meal. Mm-hmm. Now I get to binge at every meal.
Eat as much as you want all the time.
Like,
why would anybody do it?
That's right, we do it. And it makes you sound like this gluttonous pig or something like that. It almost doesn't seem natural. Like you're going to binge at every meal. But
like, I'll be, because we have, at my building that I live at, we have like a communal dinner once a week. And I'll just eat like 3 servings, and because they always get something vegan for me, which I really appreciate.
Has anybody ever commented that you eat a lot of food? Like, does anybody ever say anything?
Not, it's never in a mean-spirited way, though. It's usually in awe at the quantity of food that I can consume. Like, usually, I'm not very good at breakfast. I usually don't have an appetite at breakfast, which is why I'm probably feeling full right now. But by the time dinner comes around, I'm insatiable. Like, I'll eat like two bowls of, sometimes bigger than this, of something.
It's because you didn't eat enough breakfast. You're starving.
I'm just not hungry in the morning.
But that's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. You can eat your big, you can eat a huge meal in the morning or in the afternoon or whatever.
Usually by the time 10 o'clock rolls around, I'm pretty hungry.
Yeah.
Especially if I eat a big breakfast, I'm usually hungry earlier. Yeah. But no, like, it's never negative. Even before, I was considered a human garbage disposal before I was vegan. I would literally eat everybody's food. I'd eat all the leftovers.
Oh gosh.
Whenever anybody didn't want their food, I was like the first person with their hand up, I'll eat it.
Or if you get caught, like if she would catch me throwing food down the garbage, like leftovers, why are you throwing that away?
I'll eat it.
Don't waste that. Somebody can eat that. I'll eat that.
So I'm very big on eating all the food.
All the food. I eat all the food.
Actually, the biggest struggle for me now being vegan is that I can't eat other people's food now.
To separate.
I'll go out and eat lunch with somebody, and they'll get something that isn't vegan, and they won't finish it all, and I'll just sit there and be like, "You're gonna throw it away," but I can't eat it, and it's
that's funny.
It hurts me. Like,
that's a new struggle. I haven't heard that one.
But there's a lot of compost in where and that's helpful for me, for my brain, because it's like, even though I'm not going to eat it and they're not going to eat it, the plants are going to eat it, so it's okay. Yeah, it's going somewhere. It's not just going in a landfill. So I feel better about that now. We have compost in my building too. I got that put in. That was pretty exciting when I got that put in.
High five for compost.
Unfortunately, I can't use it. Pastor Tim takes it to his garden or whatever, and they use it there because they can't have compost outside the building. Oh. Because it'll attract animals and rats and stuff, and they really can't have rats.
So you compost indoors?
We compost indoors in the kitchen. We have a little closed container. Yeah. And then once a week, he and Cindy will come and get it.
And not usually you don't put it on your garden there at the door?
No. No, we can't. Getting rats. Rats. It's a city.
It's a city.
But no, that's probably the biggest
struggle.
Coming
up on 30 minutes.
Oh, is that your limit?
No.
Okay.
I'm gonna wrap it up though.
Okay. Sorry. But yeah, no. So I just get sad that I can't finish the people's leftovers now because I just really love to eat food, and I hate seeing food go to waste. Yeah, it's a tragedy. The curse of being vegan. No, there's no curse. It's the best. It's literally the best.
Yeah, please. I'll show me how long your hair is. Pippi. All right. Well, this has been fun. Yeah. Thanks for doing it with me.
Thanks for having me.
All right, everyone. I hope you enjoyed today's mukbang. Thanks for watching.